every HTML file need a proper structure to work correctly across different browsers. So as a developer writing HTML, you don't just go into your VS Code and start writing paragraph and headings. Everything has to be structured in a format. So this is the basic structure of writing a HTML file. So every time you're going to start a project, it must start like this. I'm going to explain to you line by line the meaning of every line of code here. Everything might look overwhelmed and lines of code which you don't understand. But what I want you now to get is, this is the basic structure of HTML. You're going to write it for every project you're going to start with. So this is not even something to stress yourself with, because by the time you do it 1, 2, 3, 4 times on a different project, you're going to get used to it. Not just that, I'm going to show you how you're going to generate all this line of code with just one click on your keyboard. It's a shortcut. So what I want to now, I'm going to explain line by line for you to understand what it means. And for now, as a beginner, I actually use this tip and it has worked for me. A lot of these things, I wrote it by myself when I was learning. Even when I knew the shortcut for it, I wrote it by myself, because you are learning and you're discovering new things. So the best thing for you now is to write it by yourself. But later on, I'll show you how you're going to generate it with one line of code. When you're already used to it, you can start using the shortcut. So let's take this out. Now, the first thing now is the doctype. This is how it is written. A greater than, a sign, a less than sign, and exclamation mark, and insert a doctype. Then write HTML with a greater than. So this is exactly how it is written. A doctype means document type, which we wrote HTML. Document type HTML. That's the shortcut of it, is doctype HTML. It tells the browser that this is a HTML file. What I'm going to write below this is going to be HTML file. So the browser automatically knows that, okay, everything I'm going to see here is HTML file. That's the main purpose of the doctype. The next thing now is HTML tag. When you write your doctype, come below it and create a HTML tag. Greater than, insert HTML, and the closing tag will automatically appear. So when you write HTML tag, you're going to open it. So everything you're going to write is going to be within this tag. So when you do that now, you're going to create a head tag. This head tag, it's going to contain some things which we call the meta tags. The meta tags are some things which we don't physically see it in a browser, but it works behind the browser. Like the title of the website, which I'm going to go through it step by step for you to understand. The main aim, what I want you to get, is to understand what the line of code means. The essence of it, not to cram the code, but to understand. One of the things you're going to insert in a head tag is the title. You write it as a normal tag, you write every time a less than, and insert a title, greater than, and automatically the closing tag will appear. So within it, you're going to insert the title of your website. And let me write my website as the title. When you go to your browser and refresh the page, as you can see from the top of your browser, you're going to see the title of your website. So everything you write in the title, this is where it's going to appear on. So every time you're coming across a website and you see a name on top, so the name is the title of the website, and this is how it is written in HTML code. This is how you write a title of a website in HTML code. Apart from the title, in the HTML tag, it is also advisable to not to forget and write the language of the HTML file for screen readers and for SEO importance. So how you write the language of the HTML, all you write is lan, then equal to with quotes, and write en. The en means English, the lan means language English. So that's how it works. So the next tag you're going to insert in the head tag is the meta tag. Now, the meta tag, there are different kinds of meta tag you're going to insert in a website. But for now, I'm just going to focus on 2 meta tags. There is the character set, which is equal to UTF-8. This is how you write it every time for every website. So the moment you do it 2 times, 3 times, you're going to get used to it. And here's the second meta tag. So this line of code, which I'm writing, what it does is, it helps when your website is viewed on a mobile device on an iPad, on a TV, on a laptop. It helps to scale the website and fix different screen sizes. That is why we give it a meta tag with a name of viewport. The second thing is content. Width is equals to device width. And initial scale, we set it to 1.0. So this line of code, it makes the website to scale on different devices. So this actually what you're going to need for the head tag. Now, the next thing you're going to write now is the body tag. So below the head tag is where you're going to create the body tag. And the body tag is the body of the website. Now, everything you're going to write in the body tag, it's going to appear on your website. So the body tag is the main body of a website. That is why it is called the body tag. So you do it the same way as you are creating every single tag. You write body and it will generate open tag and the closing tag of that body. So this is the basic structure of a HTML. For every website you start, this is how you start it with. Let's insert some information in the body tag. Create a H1. This is a H1 tag and insert a text inside of hello world. Below it is a paragraph, a normal paragraph we just created. And the text goes, my first building website. When we view this on a browser, this is how it appears. Now everything is structured good. This is how a website is supposed to be structured. If you have gotten this, I want you now pause this video, go back and watch the structure of the HTML of how I created it. And I want you to write it at least 3 times. When you write it 3 times and you get the basic understanding of the essence of each line of code, now after that, I will show you how you're going to use the shortcut and generate the entire line of code. So do that for a minute. By now, I need you to have the basic understanding of what each line of code means and how you're going to do it by yourself. If you've gotten that, I will show you now the shortcut you're going to use to generate this line of code. But put this in mind, write the code, always write code, not the shortcut. Write the code, not the shortcut. When you really understand it, then you can start writing the shortcut. Okay, what you're going to do now to generate this entire line of code with one click is you press Shift exclamation mark. When this thing appears, you just press Enter on your keyboard and the entire line of code is generated.
Follow along in the next lecture.